It is Saturday and I'm so excited because I am finally back home. Both of my eyes work. LASIK surgery is complete and we are ready to do some art fight. I hope you guys are all excited, and before we begin, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on your time zone. So glad that it is Saturday. Let's go ahead and switch screens for a second. Hello, Vexy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you and glad you're able to join us here on stream. We are going to do some art fight today. And really quickly, I just want to adjust some of my screens so you guys can't see what's happening off camera because I have my other screen up. But I am just making a couple little minor edits, and as you can see, like the music bar kind of moved. Let's move that back. There we go. How are you? Welcome, Lunar Garden. Good to see you. I'm glad that you're both able to make it to the stream. Vexy says I'm gonna get drawing my OC Zeph later. That sounds good. I hope you guys have your drink of choice. If it is tea, if it is coffee, if you are having yourself yeah, Vexy, I'm so sleepy. If you're having yourself kind of a cool down, maybe just an uncaffeinated beverage for now. I currently have on screen, I didn't even realize I had these already up on screen, two characters that I was thinking about revenging today. And then I also had this other one that I was looking at by Walrat that was both a bookmark and an option for revenge, because Walrat also attacked me on Art Fight, so it's gonna have to happen eventually. I'm gonna get back to them, which is great because I did want to do one of these characters because I had them bookmarked anyway. I did see this cute little wizard. I thought he was so cute. I think this is Inkra 5's character. Let's scroll down, let's take a look. Inking 5, okay, Inking 5's character, this cute little wizard. And then this one over here is kind of a self-sona. This creator is barista. And they just, with all the concoctions and things that they're always making at work, they kind of felt like sort of a cafe wizard. And so they've sort of created this self-sona, and it's all written down here talking about the mystically created beverages and all of that. So this is Willard the barista. And we're gonna draw some wizards today. That is my plan. And I hope you guys will have fun joining me on this journey. Lunar Garden says, I have breakfast, which are leftovers. Hey, you can't beat a meal that is already made. If you've already got a made meal, that's time saved, that's energy saved. It's actually a pretty decent deal. I would go for some leftovers if I had them in my fridge for sure. Unfortunately, I don't. We actually just got back from Arizona. Not Arizona, why did I say Arizona? Just got back from Nevada on Monday and then had a 4-day work week. And so it's been really busy with work and just catching up and doing housework, catching up on housework, catching up on work, which has made Art Fight sort of like a secondary thing most nights. I've been trying to keep up and not let myself fall behind. So I've stayed kind of on top of it to the best of my ability. And for those that know, I did have LASIK eye surgery on the 10th of July, and it did not heal correctly. And so I had to go back on the 15th for a repositioning surgery. So that was great. I lost an entire week of Art Fight to LASIK eye surgery, so a huge bummer there. I'm so glad they extended Art Fight by a couple days because I get at least a couple of those days back. But then I also had a road trip for my great aunt's birthday. So she turned 90 and we went to Nevada last week, and that's why my revenges have been so slow, but I'm trying my best, you guys, and today is a great day to do a little catch-up work and to try and get a couple more revenges out of the way. And it's also KK's birthday. Congratulations and happy birthday, KK. I hope you have a great birthday today. Saturday is a great day to have a birthday. Weekends are always the best for birthdays, unless you're like, I don't know, in 5th grade, and if your birthday always falls on a weekend, it never gets announced on the PA system, which always happened to me as a kid. My birthday somehow always fell on the weekend, and it never got announced at school, and I was always so sad because then nobody knew it was my birthday. So yes, we are going to do some art fight today. We're going to do some Is it the final week? It might be, yeah, it's the final week. I think we have 6 or 7 days left. So we are in the final week countdown of Art Fight right now. And we've got to do our very best to get some of this done. So I'm just kind of flipping through these pages as I warm up the stream and have a little coffee. Lunar Garden says, happy birthday, KK. KK says, mine was never announced given it's in the summer. That's so true. My summer birthday kids understand the pain and the struggle, because if your birthday's in the summer when school is out, then you're never gonna get that birthday announcement on the PA system. It's such a shame. But hey, summer break's also pretty cool. I love summer. What is your guys' favorite season? What is your favorite season of the year? Is it summer, winter? Are you a winter person? Are you a autumn person? Are you a spring person? Do you love spring? I really had fun with this page. It was so hard. This was one of my newer ones, one of my most recent ones that I just did. I don't know what possessed me to do this angle. It was so tricky, but it's so rewarding. And then I had these little butterfly stickers that are so shiny metallic, and they just kind of reflect these colors, which is perfect because it really goes with the outfit colors. And then this one's like just plain. And then I got some gold paint pen out, and you can kind of see the reflectiveness on the littler butterflies with the gold paint pen. So just a really fun way to sort of mix material here and have a little bit of shiny, little bit of shine on the attack, which was fun. And then I finished this one last night. Vexy says, it is the final countdown, insert music here. I know, right? It's so exciting to be in the final countdown, but also scary because I feel like I have so much left to do still. What about you guys? KK says, I suck at art. Are you talking about because you don't have an art fight? Well, I'm glad that you still enjoy art enough to come to stream. I think that's really sweet. But we all suck at art at first. It's all about practice. Very few people have the innate ability to draw good art without much experience. So if you don't feel like you have a strong gift with art, that's okay. Because gifts can be kind of fostered. You can sort of grow that skill through practice, and that's kind of how we all have to do it. Because we all start out kind of like, hang on, I'll show you. Because I was going through my drawers yesterday looking for something else, and I didn't find what I was looking for, but what I did find were some really old pieces of art. Oh man, where are they? I just had these yesterday. See, I had this plan to show you guys something. I thought it would be an easy grab. It wasn't as easy as I thought. This will work. I'll show you guys this one and this one. Okay, so we were just talking about you don't start out good at art, right? Oh, thank you for the hearts. That's so sweet. My friend and I'm gonna cover up her name. I don't want to give away her name if she doesn't want her name given away. So this is how we drew. This was like my friend and I in elementary school, you know. You kind of like, actually that's kind of cute. Yeah, we have, you kind of just start out where you start, and then you end up like, over time you gain skill and you get better. These are just some examples of like how you don't start off an expert. I don't know. I guess that was my point. And now I've created this mess by picking up all these papers. And even more to the point, check out this portrait of like my mom. If you really didn't believe me that like you don't all start out great. This was supposed to be a duck. Tell me, have you ever seen a duck with 4 legs? Anybody? Has anybody seen a duck with 4 legs ever? Because I really thought that that's what a duck looks like when I drew it. I'm planning to eventually redraw this. Like genuinely, I went to like as a personal project take this little story that I made in, gosh, I don't know, it was 3rd grade, 2nd grade, something like that. And just redraw the whole book. Oh gosh, you don't need to see my About the Author page. But yeah, like, so this is some of my early art, you guys. Like, I made this in elementary school, and I think it would be really fun to one day just recreate this book to see how I would draw it now. I feel like I just kept drawing the same castle over and over again and putting a different person in front of it. It kind of looks like a dog. I agree. That is no duck. That is definitely no duck. That is a dog. But it was supposed to be. Look, it even says the princess and the duck on the book. And that's like, I don't know, you guys. I needed to go to the zoo or the park or something. I needed to get out and see more animals. I was struggling in, I think that was like 3rd grade or something. But we're not anymore because we practice, and that's kind of the whole point. Yeah, so again, if you're not good at art, that's okay. That's okay, because it takes practice. And you can be bad. You can make 4-legged ducks if you want to, and it's totally fine as long as you're having fun. Lunar Garden says, I have 1 full page of bookmarks to get through, and then my last big attack of the year. Mass attack of 39 characters in 5 days. I'm doomed. Wow. Is it only 5 days? I feel like, wait, didn't they extend it to like August 3rd? I thought we had more time. I think we have more time, a little bit more time. There's a little extension. We can work a little bit longer on Art Fight. If you make it, turn it into a duck dog, says April. Yes, I know. It needs to be like a hybrid or something. The Princess and the Duck. My goodness, what was I thinking? Vexy says, when I get better at drawing backgrounds and better dynamic poses, I will make my OC's backstory as a comic. I love that idea. You guys know me. I love comics. I'm such a sucker for a comic because I like storytelling and I like art. And when you just smush the two together, ugh, yes, I love it. It's so good. Comics are amazing. They're such a genius invention. I enjoy it so much. Marshmallow Muffin, hello friendy, says basically a week left. Yes, that's what I thought. So we're gonna try our best to get all of our goals met in the next 7 days, which for me means 10 revenges. It was down to 9 last night when I submitted my last attack, but somebody attacked me again. So now I have 10 revenges that I still owe. Plus I've got some bounties I've got to do. That's on the DL. Friendy knows what I'm talking about, but yeah, I'm gonna try and get those bounties in. And then, I don't know, I think if I can manage all of that, oh, my third goal is to attack Pilfer and Friendy, my podcast pals, because I've got to at least draw for them too. It would be such a shame after all of this to not draw something for Friendy and Pilfer. Friendy says, you've got this. Yes, Lunar Guard, I'm giving myself 5 days before Art Fight ends. That's a good way to like trick yourself into trying to get it done faster. And then if you're running late, you still, surprise, have a couple extra days. So that might work. It just might work. Oh boy. Friendy says same. They're gonna try and trick themselves too into getting this done. I am going to try and pull up some references. So my goal, and again, let me show you guys real quick what we're drawing first today. We're drawing these 2 wizards today, and my goal is to kind of draw them in a little bit of like interacting, because I've kind of been doing these pages with multiple characters on them, but they're not really interacting. They're just kind of all there, right? Oh, I'm flipping pages you can't see. So like they're just kind of all there on the same page. They're all there on the same page. I did kind of do one where they're interacting, this one, which I'm really proud of this, by the way. I just super love it. And I also went back, for anybody that saw the one on Art Fight, I went back and fixed the clouds because I don't like the dark underbellies, and then I added the last detail, which was this little squiggly marks on her sleeve. So yeah, just a little touch-ups, just doing a couple touch-ups. I touched up another one. Where is it? I also touched up this one. Annie's character. I just added, it doesn't originally have this checkered pattern on it. So I submitted it without the checkered pattern, blah, 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 blah. Without the checkered pattern, and then I just wanted to add a little bit more detail just to make it look a little more busy. So I checkered her shirt. I like it, but again, there's always the original on Artbyte in case Annie would prefer, obviously, the original design. So there you have it. My point being, though, I mean, in that one, they were kind of interacting. Here, they're sort of just coexisting. But my point being, for this one, for the wizards one that I want to draw next, I would like to create sort of a scene where they're interacting. So that's my goal. I also want to incorporate the barista wizard's backstory a little bit. So I'm going to have, like, there's going to be coffee involved. Well, I don't plan on spilling my coffee on my book, you know, knock on wood. I would hate for that to happen. So not that kind of coffee involved, but, you know, in the drawing, on the book. That's the plan. Kim, hello. Your goal was 7 attacks and now you have 17. That's awesome. Way to exceed your own expectations. That is so good. I am so happy that you were able to achieve that. Did you set a new goal, or are you like, I'm good? It's like 1 week left of Artbyte. I feel like I did what I set out to do. Are you like, you're good to go? You're like super satisfied? How are you feeling? How are you feeling right now? So I'm thinking what I'm gonna do. Let's try to like just block in some poses real quick. And of course, if the music is too loud, or if you're like, what music? Because you can't hear it, let me know. I've been trying to fight with, and I know that's really hard to see right now. Let me see if I can make it slightly bigger, maybe just a little bit. We're gonna go over here to canvas. I'm gonna stretch it. We're gonna stretch the canvas out a tiny bit. So let's make our canvas a little tiny bit bigger. I think that should do it, maybe. Are we good there? I think that might be better. And then, of course, the drawing is going to be really light at first because I'm trying not to like make any like super permanent marks until I know I have things where I want it. That's actually really close to the edge there. How am I feeling about this? I think what I want to do is kind of have like the first wizard, the coffee making wizard, holding a cup of coffee. He's having his morning coffee. And then I'm going to have the other wizard sort of just over here. Maybe like here-ish. And I would like him to sort of be like, I don't know, kind of like reaching for the other wizard's coffee, like he kind of just wants to help himself to it a little bit. Why did I put the head before the arms? I don't understand what I'm doing here. First of all, let's figure out where the cup of coffee is going to be before I start drawing any arms reaching for something that doesn't exist. Let's do that. Let's start with that. But also, I feel like if I'm drawing them at this size, they are really off-center. By the way, for my traditional art folks, how do you center your drawings? Because I have constantly struggled with starting a drawing on a page and then just like I just did, it being way too far, either like too top heavy or just off center to one side. I literally did that with this one. I drew it and it was so off center I had to like add this little like text thing here. This wasn't part of the original design. Like I didn't plan to put that message there. I thought it was a good message still, but I added that because my drawing was so off-center. I had like this huge chunk of like white space here that was double the width of you can even see the finger going off the screen on the other side. It was double the width of this side and I had to just like fill that space in. I've been struggling too with making stuff way too top heavy. This was actually not so bad. That one looks pretty centered. This one was pretty, I mean, it's not super centered, but it's centered enough. I don't know. Like, now I feel like I can't. Oh, here's a good example. Doesn't even take up the whole page. And it's way too high. There's like this much headspace. And look at that. More than double again on the bottom. So it's a struggle. Yes, centered drawings. What are those, says Bexy. For real. Tell me about it. I have so much appreciation now for my lasso tool. in digital and for scaling, for being able to scale things up and down. Because I will draw a sketch in my digital software and then I can just select it and bump it over if I want to. I can even take it if it's too big and make it smaller. Or if it's too small, make it bigger. And I can't do any of that on paper. It's so frustrating. You really have to like plan ahead. You have to know what you're putting on the paper before you put it on the paper, which can be hard. It can be really, really hard. So much respect is, I guess, my point. I have so much respect for traditional artists that make all their masterpieces on paper, because holy crap, that's so hard to do. It's like really tricky. And then to just use the space well is also super hard. Bexy says, got a Zaf headshot done. Now onto drawing some Troll Hunters characters. Maybe Strickler, Nomura, and Not Enrique. Troll Hunters is so fun. We've been talking about it in the Discord. Gosh, I haven't watched Troll Hunters in a really long time. I kind of started watching the the Arcadia version? No wait, Arcadia's the whole town. The one with the wizard. Like the Wizard's Apprentice, Merlin's Apprentice. I don't know which spinoff that one is. I don't know what it's called. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been drawing. Why is this head, like, it's definitely looking this way now. And that wasn't my goal. Unless I kind of have them side-eyeing, you know, kind of like, you know, side-eyeing this way. Like, what do you want? Like, looking at this guy that's going to be over here reaching for his coffee. But if that's the case, we kind of got to have, like, the shoulders sort of coming down like this. Because he's got to kind of, like, be, like, tucking the head a little bit into the shoulder, I think. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, posture-wise here. And then we're going to have... Let's see, let's give him... You know, let's give him some body. Man. So then I just kind of like put my little ball here to be like the stomach space. I think I'm making his torso a little short, so we're gonna make it a little bit longer. And then we'll drop some hips down here. Okay, so now we gotta figure out how am I gonna give this dude, this wizard dude, who doesn't look like a wizard yet, but you know, give it time. How are we gonna give this guy, let's put some shoulders in here, shoulder, shoulder, shoulder. So I need to make this a little wider because it's not wide enough for the rest of the body. Shoulder joint, hello. Shoulder joint on this side. I want to put a cup of coffee in his hands. I want him to be like, you know, just kind of holding, you can't see what I'm doing, but kind of just holding a cup of coffee. Wizards is the series name, the focus character's name. I can't pronounce that, but he's a fun character. It's a good show for sure. I agree. I think it's super good. Awake Egg, hello! I finally made it to a stream. It's not you, it's me. I've not been streaming for 2 weeks because of life. Life has been so time consuming lately. It's just been eating up all my free time. I haven't been able to stream. I haven't been able to make any videos. I haven't been able to edit our latest podcast episode, which is ready. I mean, it's not ready, obviously. I just said it needs edited, but we did record it. And it's gonna be about what it's like to be an art YouTuber, how to start an art channel, things like that. So that's sort of what we discuss in the next episode. So if you haven't already followed the podcast that Friendy and Pilfer and I are working on, check it out. Check it out. Follow it. It's called Palette Table. I think I can even like maybe drop a link in here. It's gonna be youtube.com/channel/Palette Table Podcast, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's it. I just like freehand typed that. So if it's wrong, I'm sorry. Just look up Palette Table Podcast. But yeah. It's we're putting together what I think are some really good conversations and topics, and I'm hoping you guys will really get a lot out of them. I think they're worthwhile discussions. So do recommend. Am biased, but bias aside, I still think it's really good. So even if I wasn't biased, I'd still think it was really good, I think. Camry says it is, so there you go, an unbiased opinion. Cam thinks that the podcast is good, so there you go. All right, let's figure out this cup of coffee situation. I'm gonna tilt my book, I'm sorry. We're tilting is happening. So, first up, we're gonna add like the cup, okay? We need, shh, that's my cat. Not now, Houdini. I shut the door because if I don't, they'll be crawling all over my desk, all over my book. They like to sit on my book. I've got, this is my swatching. I like swatch on this because it's a piece of, I forget what this is called, but it's the right type of paper for swatching. All of this muddy looking, these are paw prints. All of this mess, and it's in here too, like you can kind of see it. All paw prints from the kitties walking all over my swatch card. So if I don't hide the book, they will ruin it. So I have been hiding the book, but they did get their paws all over my swatch card. And if you do see me like wiping away cat hair, sorry, I have cats. They're fun, says Friendy. Yes, the podcasts are fun. Hello, Rowdy, welcome to the stream. You did not see earlier, but I had picked out, I guess I shouldn't give it away. Should I give it away? I can give it away. I think I can give it away. We're working on these two wizards now, but in my queue is this beautiful character that I bookmarked at the start of Art Fight season. I haven't had a chance to draw her yet, but because I received an attack, it is now officially on the revenge list, which means it's no longer just a bookmark. This is a revenge target. Okay, so that said, we're gonna switch back over to the book. Yeah, I know, spoilers, oh my god. They're collab artists. Yeah, we try. We're trying to, I don't know, to just get a little bit more out of the community aspect of being on social, you know, as an artist, being on social media as an artist. The benefit to that is having community, and a really good way to benefit from that is to collaborate with your community, and that's kind of what we're doing with the podcast as well. So again, do recommend, if you guys haven't listened to it yet, we have an episode all on Art Fight too. So that was like the last episode was our Art Fight. Whoops. The previous episode was our Art Fight episode. And then the one before that, the first one, was about perfectionism with art. So if you're concerned about your art not being good enough, call back to earlier in the stream. Do recommend checking out that first episode. I think it's definitely worth a listen. I don't know if I'm making like this hand too big for the size of this body. I know the head's freaking huge, so we might be like trying to make his body a little bigger. We shall see. Because the head and the hand right now are looking kind of huge. Like kind of unnecessarily bigger even than this mug. So I might make the mug bigger too. I don't know what that sound is. I think maybe when Richard's listening to music in the other room. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Oh no, wait, it's my music. It's on the it's my music on the stream. I have the headphones plugged in, so I'm like kind of hearing it as if it was in another room. Okay, so the goal here. I think we can we have this, yeah. And then we'll bring kind of like the pinky down here and then round out the hand a little bit. No, Houdini. No, Bubba. You guys hear him banging on the door? My cats bang, they bang on doors. Okay, I'm gonna go let him in. Buddy, stop it. Bubba, you gotta stop. Come here, I know. You guys wanna see a cat? Wanna see the top of a cat? There's the top of a cat. I know, buddy. There's little toes, little kiki toes. This is my black kitty. His name is Houdini. Do you want to say hi, Houdini? No, he doesn't want to say hi. Okay. Your cat does the same thing, says Friendy. Yeah, cats. They're relentless. When cat wants something, cat gets something. They're not patient. They don't listen to you. You listen to them. That's how cats work. Yeah. Houdini, yes, his name is Houdini. He's my sweet boy, my sweet Dean, my sweet little Dean. So I think the way this is gonna have to work for this arm, and also I was kind of thinking about making the body bigger too, so maybe before we finish the arm, because we gotta connect, there's a cat hair, see, told you. The arm is gonna connect to the body, but do we want the body to be bigger or is the body fine? I'm not sure. It might be fine this size. We might be fine. I think we're okay. I think the arm is okay. It might just be that the head now is just too big. But I can always come back and, oh gosh, I guess I'll just do it now. Since I'm talking about it and it's bothering me, we're gonna pretend like that wasn't there. We're gonna make a new one. We're gonna make a new head, you guys. It's fine. Everything's fine. One day Houdini will learn to magically teleport into the room. Yeah, and then I won't have to listen to him thinking, although then I'm in trouble because in the morning when he thinks it's time to wake up and feed him breakfast at 6 a.m. in the morning, he also bangs on the door. So if he could just teleport into the room, he would be like bopping me in the face. He'd be like, hey, wake up, feed me. Because that's also something cats do. They can be so, and he's so timely about it too. It's like he knows. He's like, okay, it's 6 a.m. That's breakfast in cat. That's breakfast in cat time zone. Time to feed me. All right, so we have a cup here for his coffee. Let's figure this out here. We've got like a neck. We've got some shoulders. Going this way. Ooh, gosh. And I'm shaking the camera a little bit. Sorry about that. This is a bearded wizard, so we're gonna see some fabulous beard going on here. But we're just gonna rough in the lower half of the face here. And I think that should do it. There we go. We've got ourselves a basic head shape. I think clothes-wise, torso-wise, we're gonna have to give him a little bit more torso. He's looking a little uneven. I'm gonna just bring this side out a little bit. There we go. It's a little better. And then human awakened to 6 a.m. and I demand snacky treats. Ooh, that would be Shrimp, my orange boy. That cat loves treats so much. He's constantly, all day long. That's the only thing he's interested in. He doesn't want cuddles. The other cats will cuddle. Shrimp, if he's cuddling, he's conniving. He only wants to convince you to chase him for treats. He'll sit just close enough to make you get up to pet him, to make you like reach. Like he'll sit just out of reach so that when you try to pet him, when you get up, then he'll run to the kitchen and see if you'll follow him. He always like sits under the cabinet that has the cat treats and he'll just meow, like meow, 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 all the time. Like if I even walk past the kitchen, if I even think about going to the kitchen, he's on it. He's like, oh, okay, snack time? Snack time? Well, since you're here, snack time? He is a snacky cat. You've got 3 crochet kits. That sounds really cute. Feed me, mother, says Houdini from Bexy. Yeah. And Camry, my one true love is my mechanical pencil. I got this specifically for Art Fight, actually, the red pencil. I kept seeing other artists use them because using regular mechanical pencil, I guess, it's harder to erase, I guess, and it shows more. Your pencil sketch can kind of show through the final piece. I think it all just depends on how hard you're pressing with the pencil too, but I'm sure there's more to it than that. And how do I want to do this other hand? So the idea here, I still want him to be kind of like giving the side eye. I'm gonna put these little face lines on here, just sort of like plan it out. But yes, ooh, just kind of bumped that a little bit. I'm not even looking at the reference. I don't know what shape eyes this character has, so this could change, but I'm just kind of adding this here to sort of indicate where he's looking. Because I want him looking over at this other wizard that's going to be trying to steal his coffee. So in order to do that, I kind of need like a little sneaky, sort of like hunched over pose, I think. Like a little bit hunched over. Kind of like this, like he's just going to kind of reach for it. And, gonna just sort of put a shoulder here. And then the back kind of curves up, and then we're gonna have like a face here. What do you guys think? Is it too much? Only snuggle if he got food. Yeah, that's Houdini, or not Houdini, that's more like shrimp for you. So my 3 cats, we have Shrimp, the orange cat, Houdini, the black cat, and Trooper, who is my standard issue gray. And he's the oldest cat, Trooper, so he's old man Trooper. He mostly just wants to be left alone by the other 2 cats. He's not a cat, he's not a cat's cat. And then he loves people. He always wants to be around people, which is great for him. But I guess I would say, oh gosh, I need to like figure out how, nope. Sorry, I'm moving stuff around on my screen. What was I trying to say? Oh, but he loves people. Yeah, Trooper is like such, there's another cat banging on the door right now. Can you guys hear that? Let's go see which one this is. Which cat wants in now? Which one are you? Shrimp, hello. You gotta do the obligatory pop your little head with your little cat ears on screen. Yes, you gotta say hi. Do you guys hear him? Hello, Bubba. All right, you can come sit with your brother. That's enough from you, Bubba. That one was Shrimp. That's my orange boy. And wizards are cool. They are cool. I like wizards. Always happy to draw a wizard. And I love the drawing cat show, says Friendy. Yeah, me too. I need like just a cat cam. I see some streamers on Twitch do it where they'll have like a separate little box in the corner, kind of like where this little mouse is on my screen, where it's just like their pet cam, and it's wherever the pets normally are or sit. And that's kind of like, it's kind of like just where they set up the camera, and so you can see the kind of cats come and go. Buddy, don't walk on that. Cats, man. Cats being cats, who knew? Yeah. Let's get this in here. Let's try. So I feel like I might just kind of want to put his arm down to the side. I'm not trying to get too crazy with it. And then we'll just kind of I don't know, do that for now. And because he's in a robe, I'm not going to do anything crazy for like figuring out legs and stuff, because he's just wearing a robe, you know? He's got his wizard's robe on. Why would we need to detail in all that leggy stuff? We're not even going to see these gorgeous biceps or anything, because there's going to be some flowy robe sleeves flowing off of his arms anyway. So now, for this little guy, I kind of want him to be looking a little cheeky, like he got caught reaching for something, I don't know. And let's see, so that would be like a real cheeky grin, like a real big, you know, why I said it like that. But you know, just a really big, like, ah ha ha, you caught me, grin. So, I don't know. But we still need the arms reaching, right? Like, we still need, so we need to kind of like we'll bring, arms don't bend like that. The bones don't bend. So let's try and peel it. Let me think this through. Let me try and think this through. How do we want this to look? I can only hear the music anymore. Is it still playing for you guys? Like, do you guys still hear music? Because if it, no, it's not even playing. That's crazy. Where, oh, where did the music go? Why does it always turn off when I don't want it to? I think the problem is I have to have it selected. Yeah, it's like gotta be selected, which is a little bit unpleasant to have to always have this selected, but that's fine. We leave that selected now, maybe it'll work. No music said, KK, Lunar Garden, and Cam, no music. Dang, why is that? Why does it do that? Well, it should stay playing now, I think. We should be solid for a little while. So yeah, just let me know again if it stops. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you, thank you. You guys are so sweet. And yeah, okay. This guy's just kind of like snooping, trying to, and maybe he like, I don't know, maybe he's like patting this guy in the back. Maybe just a little like pat. Because he's like, haha, I wasn't trying to take your coffee or anything. I just wanted to say hi. And oh, is that for me? Is that for me kind of thing? Like, you didn't have to make me coffee. You're so sweet. Yeah, I think that's how we'll play it. We'll play it like he's like, oh, thank you for the coffee. You shouldn't have, kind of thing. So that way this pose makes just a tiny bit more sense. Instead of him thinking he could like steal the coffee out of his hands without him even seeing it. That's a little ridiculous. But he plays it off as like, oh, you made that for me. That's so kind of you. Then it might not be as weird. Maybe. I do need to make this part of the arm longer though, in order for this to make sense. There we go, I think. Is this song going meow meow meow? Am I mishearing that? Middle finger is usually longer than the front finger. And then there's a little separation there, and then finally the pinky finger, like that. I think that should do it. What do you guys think? Let me know. It's a little weird, I'm not gonna lie. It looks a little weird the way I've spread the fingers out of the hand. Maybe we'll just kind of keep the first three together a little bit more, like that. And then we'll have to add, I think we're gonna need, of course they're gonna have their hats too though, and the hats are gonna take a lot of space. So yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out, but I don't know if I might be able to put like a speech bubble in here. I might not. We'll see. Let's get the kind of like rest of the head shape figured out. And we need the rest of this torso now. And I think that's a little bit better. How are you guys doing, by the way? What are you up to this fine Saturday? If it's not morning for you, just Saturday day, let me know. What are your plans for the weekend? And are you, because I know one of you are already done with your goals for Art Fight. Are you done with your goal for Art Fight? Do you think that if you're not done, do you think that you're still gonna be able to achieve that goal? And have you made any goal adjustments throughout Art Fight, like as a whole, like during the whole of Art Fight? Have you found, like, in the process of actually playing Art Fight that you've had to make any kind of like changes or adjustments for your goals? Or did you kind of like have a really set goal, really static, hasn't changed? Because I'm curious to know how other people look at Art Fight too. Do you see it and what kind of goals do you set? Because like, for me, I set goals for what I think is going to help me get better as an artist. And then I know some people set goals that are like, well, I want to draw my friends' characters. And other people set goals like, I want to, maybe like a previous year, they're like, I didn't get attacked very much. So my goal this year is to attack players that always revenge. And so they get better stats for their revenges. So kind of like, I'm just curious, like what goals did you guys set this year and have you stuck to them or have they changed over time? Vexy's stickler headshots are done. Congratulations, it's so quick. I'm still working on like poses. How would I start doing art fights with KK? I know I'll have to wait till next year, but I kind of want to start. You can start now. You can start art fight on the very last day. I do have a tutorial on my channel, so if you just go to my videos and then search art fight, you'll see art fight tutorial come up. It says, well, here, I'll like literally show you. Let's go here and we'll pull up a new tab real quick. I go to YouTube, go to my channel, and if you go over to videos and, oh gosh, because it's on a small screen, it's not letting me do a little search thingy. But if I scroll down closer, we're getting close. Nope, that's not it. But these are, I have a lot of art fight videos, by the way. So if you need help with anything art fight related, I do have a ton of art fight videos. Here we go. So it's this one, and I'll share the link. For you to start art fight, this will tell you how to set up everything you need to start art fight. And you can literally start even on the last day and get like just your first couple attacks in and get your feet wet with art fight if you want to. It's really hard to get revenges that late in the game because a lot of people, unless you're attacking somebody who's already cleared their revenge list. Yeah, there you go. So welcome to Art Fight, and I hope you have a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun, and I think that it's never too early and it's never too late to start Art Fight. Like if you're like, oh, you know, I'm such a junior artist, I don't think that people would want my art because my skill level's not very good. Don't tell yourself that. That's not true. People want to see each other succeed. People want to see artists succeed. They want to see each other grow. They want to support your growth. I 100% feel that way. I don't care if you're very new. I don't care if you're very young. I don't care if you're very old. I don't care. I think that just by doing art, you're already doing something amazing, and I fully support that. Yeah, so let's go ahead and keep working on this pose. I'm like really loving this grin. I think that's so funny. We need to get, so hang on. Our guy here needs like, he needs a hand. He's got a hand, but he needs like another one. So he needs another hand. And I need to figure out kind of how do I want to pose this hand? Who struggles with hands? Raise your hand in the chat. Who else thinks that drawing hands is hard? I think that's kind of a universally agreed upon fact of art. It's also kind of been reinforced by AI struggling to draw hands. Yeah, Cam's got like half a dozen hands up in the chat. Cam says, I'd even be happy to get a stick figure of my characters. Seriously, it's so nice that somebody even picked your character that you'd be amazed how little like it matters to you, how the experience level of the people drawing your characters. It just feels good to have somebody draw your character, to care about them, to like them enough to draw them, to pick them out, all of that. Awake Geek says, I just put triangles when I struggle. Yeah, for hands, I do this shape a lot because I leave like sort of it's a little bit more like short like this because I kind of just draw this shape of the palm without the fingers, and that's what you get. You get like this little shorter piece here, and then you get this. So it's like a wilted diamond is how I've described it in the past. And then you can add the fingers in any shape that you want after that. But like if you can get the palm right, then you're kind of halfway there, right? Like you've got the base of it, the foundation of it. I am not loving the way I've twisted this hand, but that's okay. We're gonna figure this out. This hand, we need to figure out this hand. Okay, so, man, oh man, what were we talking about? Getting stick figures of your characters, yeah. Any attention shown to your character just feels good on Art Fight. And you can pay that forward too, by the way. If you see somebody who's not getting a lot of attacks, you could be that person who jumps in there and is like, not on my watch. You're not gonna, walk away from Art Fight feeling sad and unseen. I'm gonna make sure that you get some art. And so like, if you see that opportunity and you have time, highly encourage you to be the one to jump in there and to make somebody else's day. And that can just be, if you don't have time to draw something for somebody, leave a comment. Comments take seconds, and it feels so good to receive a comment. Always encourage people to also leave comments, leave good feedback. So I'm thinking maybe what we do here is we can have him sort of like, I can't have him reach all the way up here to the cup, obviously, but what I can do is have him kind of like, like trying to stop him from drinking it, like grab this guy's arm. Like this. And be like, oh, that's so sweet of you to make me a coffee. You shouldn't have, like, try to convince him to give him his coffee, kind of like that. Like, oh, thank you so much. How thoughtful of you to make a coffee for me. Sort of thing. So, and I was thinking too, what might be fun because they're wizards is to also, if I'm feeling really bold, make the background like steamy, like have like almost like it's just sort of like little magic effect, but instead of magic it's like steam, because from making a cappuccino or something, I don't know, it'd just be kind of cool. And I was looking on Pinterest at some different ways to draw steam, and so I might attempt one of them. It just depends on, I don't know, I guess just like how bold I'm feeling and how much space I have left over on the page. All right, so now that we're looking at this, I kind of want to get the rest of this guy's torso in here, right? And thinking it's looking kind of like this shape, because again, we're still following this, like he's kind of like bending and leaning in, so we're sort of following that shape still. We want the body to continue in that direction, and then we can kind of like to straighten him out, like his legs still got to be like, on the ground. So we're gonna this is where we're gonna bend the body. to sort of like bring him back to this space with us, right? And then I can even have this leg sort of extended, like he was stepping forward to try and take that drink. And again, all of this is kind of going to be hidden by the robes, so I'm not like being too precious with the body shapes here with the legs. Because again, your boys are wizards and they're wearing wizard robes. What I do know is that this guy looks way smaller than this guy. I think that might be okay though, looking at the references. I think we might be okay with that. Now the fun part, now that we have our pose, we get to actually like start putting the characters on the poses. We get to add details, we get to add the wardrobe, we get to add the facial features, the hair, all that fun stuff that makes the characters who they are. So I'm really excited. We got the pose done. That's super good. It only took me forever, but we're here now. Hello, Artbreaker. Welcome to the stream. It's so good to see you, and I'm glad that you were able to join us. We are drawing some wizards today, and just as a quick review, these are the references. These are my two wizards. The cafe wizard is the one holding the coffee. This wizard is the one who is trying to like relieve him of his coffee. So that's what we're gonna draw. I'm gonna be looking at these two references as I try to put the characters onto the poses that I drew. And I think maybe I could even make the screen slightly bigger for you guys, just so that you get kind of a better look at the drawing so that the screen's not too small. Hopefully that helps. Let me know if you guys have any requests or recommendations, if the music is loud or quiet, the screen is unclear, anything like that. Feedback is fabulous. That's why we do this live. That's not why, but it definitely helps. It doesn't hurt. Artbreaker says, ooh, I love wizards, and Lunar Garden says jazz. I assume that means there's jazz here or something. I'm not sure, or maybe it's jazz music. I don't know. You gotta give me context. I need context. But yeah, you're doing great. You're not late. We are gonna start personifying these wizards. I think for this guy, I mean, they're both wearing glasses. Jazz is my name. That's why, oh, that makes sense. Lunar Garden says jazz because Artbreaker's name is Jazz. Fabulous. You guys gave me the context I needed and I appreciate it. That's awesome. All right, I'm actually really glad I left so much headspace because these guys have some pretty tall hats. So let's start there. They each got their like iconic wizard's hats. And I think what we can do here, I'm just gonna kind of like start with this one. And I want to bring it, I'm really lightly placing it because you never know if that's gonna work and if you're gonna have to move it. We're gonna see. Yeah, so I'm getting a little bit more confident with my placement because I guess it's just easier when it's not going across the face to add a little bit of a darker line. Yeah, and then, so this hat's gonna kind of like, I'm gonna give it a little bit of like that. It's not like a ribbon or anything. This one doesn't have a ribbon across it, but it does have sort of like a part where it gets kind of skinnier. Like it has like a seam here for sure. There's definitely some kind of like seam. So I want to accentuate that seam a little bit and give myself a little bit more lead. And then I'm gonna bring up the hat. Oh, his doesn't, it's not so saggy. This one's got a little bit more heft to it. It's got like some starch in it. It's very starchy and it's stiffer, and so it sticks up a little bit better. What's your account name, says Cam. KK has set up their ArtFit account. Everybody please go. Actually, tell us your art fight name. The part of your art fight site that's after the little squiggly mark. The little squiggly mark on your art fight. Give us the name after that and your URL, and people can find your website. And then they can, I know you might not have characters up yet, but if they follow you, they'll see when you submit your characters. You might get some attacks. I'm just saying, you could. That's a good way to network and get to know people. Hello, B, and welcome to the stream. We are drawing wizards today as some art fight revenge. We're drawing a barista wizard, and then another wizard who's trying to get a freebie, a free coffee out of him. So that's what's up. That's what we're adding to the book today, and I would love to know how you're doing and what it is that you have planned for this beautiful weekend. If it's art fight related, or if you just won't have time for art fight, which I know for me that was my problem for a couple of weeks, is I just didn't have time. Huge bummer, huge bummer. I was very bummed out to have to give up so much of my July. I mean, it was important stuff, right? I had to get my eyes fixed, so I went in for LASIK, and then the LASIK needed fixed, so I went back in for another one, and then and then I had a road trip that I had planned, a family kind of thing. So yeah, sometimes life happens, but it's all good. Life is important too, like IRL. Kind of important. We can do some IRL and art fight at the same time. It's all good. Like your username. Yeah, on art fight. So how mine is mine's just PerryPictures, but yeah. Okay, so there you go. Katie KK. Do you have any characters up yet on your profile for people to draw? Were you able to submit some, or are you still working on that part? Artbreaker says, I'm working on my 10th batch right now. That is so, if you guys seen Jazz's Artbreaker's art, they're so good. And I don't know how you do it. I honestly would love to see your process, because you make such high quality art in such large groupings. Your batches are beautiful. Every single one, so good. Your art is beautiful. I love your art. I would eat your art. I could eat your art. But I would love to know how you make them so quickly, because you are super efficient. Really efficient with your art. I love it. And B says, I added a new character to my profile and his name is Laxatives. Oh boy. I'm almost scared to know what Laxatives looks like. What does a character named Laxatives look like? Let's see about adding a hat to this guy. Let's see, how do I want to do it? I'm gonna round it out a little bit this direction, and then I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm getting the right sort of angle on this, but we're gonna try it. So this one's hat does have a bit of a brim. Let's see, how do I want this brim to look? I don't know. We're gonna find out. And then we've got ourselves. I'm gonna bring it up a little bit higher. I didn't like that angle. This one does have this one's got the little bit of the droop. It's a little bit of a droopier hat. But we love all hats. All wizards' hats are valid. We love them all. And we're gonna give this one a little bend in it, like that. And then, of course, this part here. That leans over. There we go. I think that's good. I'm pretty happy with that. I might want to fix this side a little bit. I feel like I didn't quite nail the rim on that side. But it's not bad, not bad. B says Laxative is a clown. And yeah, Artbreaker's art fight name is the same as their YouTube. Definitely check them out. It's so good. Highly, highly recommend. Endorse, 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 endorse. I don't know if my endorsement's worth too much, but I I definitely like, oh gosh, so good. So good. Highly, 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 highly recommend checking out their arts. Just, you guys will see what I mean. You'll know what I mean. It's really good. And yeah, Lunar Garden's here too. You guys, like I say this every time, I'm gonna say it this time too. You're never gonna escape it. The folks that are here on stream in chat are active art fight players. And what that means is these are the folks you're looking for, the ones you want to draw for, because you know that they're going to see your art, you know that they're actively playing and participating, and they're comfortable commenting because they're commenting in the chat. So you're most likely to get feedback as well from these players that are here on the stream. So that is a really great combination. Exchange art fight names in the chat, talk to each other, tell each other what teams you're on. Find your next target on YouTube stream. Highly, highly recommend. Do not be shy. You know, promote away. Cam says, I guarantee revenge. 100, 100, 100. So if you needed more of an incentive than that, I don't know where you'd find it. That's a really good incentive. Yeah, so check out Cam's page. Check out each other's, everybody, you guys. This is what it's all about. It's about making art as a community, as a group, so that you don't have to feel like you're making art in a vacuum. You're not alone. Make art together. Make art with friends. It's a great feeling. All right, so I'm gonna have to add a nose here so that I can then figure out where, because they're both wearing these round glasses, you know? So I want to get that in there as well. Wizards and round glasses. I don't know what it is, but it's a thing. Do we blame Harry Potter? What do you guys think? Is this Harry Potter's fault? The wizards and round glasses, or was this a pre-established thing before Potter got a hold of it? Okay, so now to add some wizards, oh, he's gotta have like his mustache and his beard. Hang on, we are not finished yet, folks. He also needs a nose. That's a thing that he needs. Hello, hold on. We're missing a nose here. We need to make sure we get one. And then I think we can just kind of like bring an eyebrow in here. Like, what? What is this guy doing? What does he mean? Thanks for the coffee. Artburger says Harry Potter definitely helped. For sure. For sure. But you think it was a wizard thing first. Yeah, I think you might be right. It might have already been very much a wizard's thing. But Harry Potter definitely, like, sort of reinforced it. I would agree with that sentiment. I think so. D-Fanatic says, oh, hello, by the way, D-Fanatic. Welcome to the stream. Antapon should be unblocking me on the next month, which is my birthday soon. I don't know what Antapon is. I don't know what that is. Context. Give me context to let me know. Also, is the music still playing? I think so. KK, I followed you three back. Cam, Lunar Garden, and Artbreaker. And B, by the way, also dropped their art fight name in the chat. So, guys, visit each other's pages. And of course, come back to stream if you like navigate away to visit the other page. Just make sure to navigate on back, mosey on back, so that we can continue hanging out, and then we can draw together while we hang out. I think that's a wonderful way to spend our Saturday morning. This guy needs a really fabulous beard. He's got like the mustachio that curls, you know? The one with like the really majestic curl like that. Yes. Also, this book, I measured it yesterday. This book is 8 inches by 8 inches. Which I probably knew at the time that I bought it, but like I hadn't kept that information in mind. And it's just like, it's actually kind of small when you think about it. Like, this is how long a pencil is. And the page is not much bigger than that. Like this pencil is essentially how big I can make the characters. If you look over here at the mermaid, she's basically that size. The vampire character is smaller than a pencil. So yeah, like that's the amount of detail I can fit into these characters is about what you could fit on a pencil, a pencil tall. So sometimes it gets kind of tricky. And I actually measured it because it's like, man, why I can't zoom. Obviously, it's not digital. Why is it so hard to draw a lot of detail? And the answer is obvious, because the page is just not that big. And then you gotta kind of compromise with yourself sometimes. Artburger says, I love square books and canvases. It's the perfect ratio. Yeah, I do like that about it. It was like a little weird at first because I'm so used to landscape or what is this? What is this? Why does that? Oh, you know what? I think it's on my screen. Yeah, I was like, why does it look like there's something there's dirt on the page? There's not for you guys. It's on my monitor. My cats must have put their paws up on the screen. Ugh, cats. I love them. I love them. I love them. But they are always trying to I don't know, just make their mark on everything. So yay, now I have dirty paw prints on my computer screen, which is just great. That's great. That's fine. It's fine. We're fine with this, right? This is fine. This is fine. Yeah, we were talking about ratios. So yeah, I'm just kind of getting used to it, I think, now, like at this part of Art Fight. And that was kind of my goal here with doing everything traditional for Art Fight, was to practice these traditional skills, to learn how to deal with things like how I was saying, like I'm struggling to figure out how to scale stuff and to center stuff on the page. And I feel like I fixed this one, and I'm actually really excited to see how this turns out, because I think for the first time I've really, well, not the first time, I did pretty good, like I said, with, not even with this one, like you can tell she's like way too close to the top of the page. And then there was like this ribbon, before I added the butterflies, there's just this ribbon of white space down here while her hair is going off the edges of the top. So not centered correctly. I think this one's fine, even though, again, we still have a ton of white space down here. I was like trying to use the negative space, so I think it worked out. I feel like the only one that was not centered correctly, again, that's why I added this to center it. This one was okay. That one was pretty centered. And this one was pretty centered here. But otherwise, yeah, it's been a struggle. Sometimes you get it right, sometimes you don't. I think this is gonna maybe be one of the ones I get right. I'm excited for it. Kiki say, I follow you back, B, and I followed you, Perry. Yay, that's so exciting. That way, okay, so if you followed me, I'll get the notification. I'll be able to check your page out after I'm done with the stream. So I'll definitely go and swing by and see what characters you have up. Again, I'm only doing Revenges right now because I have a lot of them to do, and I don't have time to just do my bookmarks right now. So if you haven't drawn for me, you're probably not going to get a drawing from me this year, even if I bookmarked your characters, because it is strictly revenge mode right now. We are in revenge. What am I doing? What am I doing? That twisted weird. I messed that one up. But yeah, we're in revenge mode. Essentially for the rest of Art Fight season for me. I don't know about you guys, but I am behind on my revenges. And again, in my defense, I have my reasons. I had eye surgery and I lost a week of Art Fight to that, and then I had like a family road trip and I lost another 4 days to that. And when I got back from the road trip, I was just really tired, so I lost like another 2 days to playing catch up at work and catch up like with house chores and stuff. So even though I think I'm doing pretty good as far as like Art Fight goes, I've gone way more than one a day. Like my character tally, if you divided it by how many days of Art Fight we've done, which is 27 days of Art Fight, I'm still more than one a day, even like as an average, even though I've had to like take 2 weeks off. So I think I'm doing pretty good. Like I think I'm doing okay. all things considered. But that said, it's just a lot harder right now to put my focus on anything but the revenges for the meantime, because I do want to give back to people who took time out of their days to draw my characters, you know. You kind of want to like show your appreciation. You guys get it. Lunar Garden says I used big canvas like the witchy one. The canvas was 3,000 by 8,000 plus. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine right now. I can't even imagine it, because my stuff has been on this little 8 by 8 book this whole time. This whole time I've just been drawing on this book. It's been great practice though. Honestly, it has. I feel like I've met my goal in that sense. Oh yeah, we were talking about goals earlier. In that regard, I do feel very much like I've kind of hit my goal there, because I'm just kind of gonna like erase that mark, and then we're gonna pop this out a little bit on this side. And bring the robe down like this. B says, I feel bad for traditional artists when they draw too small or too big and don't have a lasso tool. I know, yes, exactly. That's how I felt this entire time. It's been such a learning curve, but you know, it's a worthwhile endeavor, I think. It's been fun. It's been so fun, like just learning what I can do. And I have so much supplies that I've never even touched, that I'm finally touching and finally using. So I'm feeling less wasteful as well, which is super nice because I felt pretty bad about it for a while. Vexy says, back from cooking and eating breakfast. Yay, welcome back. So glad to see you back. We still need to give this guy a beard. I mean, the mustache is tip top, but beard, we still need beard. Guy needs beard. And he has, I'm gonna scroll up a little bit on this reference here. I'm gonna show you guys the reference here. He's got like, it's kind of a little bit shaggy. It's kind of a shaggy beard. And the hair is also long, so I want to not forget that as well. We gotta come back in here and add the long hair, gotta add the long beard. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's think about, so hair-wise, we've got some hair here as well. Let's try and find that shape, that hair shape. I think kind of like that, but we also need to find that shape here with the beard. And I'm gonna kind of like curl this up here as well. Oh man, it's such a long beard. Artbreakers says, Artbite has been making me really motivated to do traditional art again, even though my tags are digital. It's honestly, it's not, even though like I complain about like the limitations as far as like the lasso tool and like the size of the canvas and stuff, it's not terrible. It's actually really fun. Actually, my favorite part, honestly, my favorite part is being able to look at it when I'm done. Like look at the whole book. And I'm gonna do like a art fight. I mean, it feels so good to fill up this book in a month. An art fight sketchbook tour at the very end. That's gonna be like the next video I make. And we're just gonna look at it all. And we're gonna like, kind of like explore what it's like to have all your art fight attacks in your hands at the end of art. My hands got marked on it at the end of art fight. It's such a good feeling. I'm really excited for the final, like just the final kind of like, just to explore it in its final glory, you know, and sort of find out what that's like for the first time, really, for me. Our Baker says, I do big batches of these attacks and taking breaks by working on my quilt and painting. I think you're the only person I know that takes breaks by creating something else. You're like, oh, I need a break. I'm gonna go create a quilt now. I'm gonna go paint something nonchalant with my child supplies. It's good though, if that helps you recharge, go for it. I wish I could recharge by being more creative. I think I have to like legitimately like unplug and just stop being productive most of the time. If I want to recharge, productivity's just got to become like full halt. I'm not sure about these layers, but I'm trying to layer in this beard here, kind of like the way that the reference does. Maybe I'm just not doing it right. I don't know. That looks pretty good, right? What do you guys think? Pretty decent sized wizard's beard, right? I think maybe, yeah. I don't know, how far up the face am I supposed to draw it? I'm not sure. I think we gotta at least put like this, right? So that we're not covering up the mouth. And the mouth, it's just kind of like this line right here. There we go. Artbreaker says, I think it looks great. Thank you so much. And it's Art School Brain, says Artbreaker. That's how you keep going, Art School Brain. Very nice. I dig it. I dig it. Lunar Garden, I'm glad we have a few extra Ds, but I feel the burnout breathing down my neck. Yeah, I hear that. I need the extra days, but at the same time, once it's over, it's kind of a relief because you're like, okay, I did it. I got through it. Now it's over and I can just breathe. I can just breathe and take a break and not have to draw until I feel like it. Yeah, it's a whole thing for sure. 100. Okay, so now we've got long hair, we've got long beard, we've got glorious mustachio. When I need a break, I go and work on my Max Lee Fick Says Awake Ache. So more creativity. You're on that same art school brain. You recharge from one creative endeavor by doing another one. Actually, I think that does kind of work sometimes. Like you just get inspired by other creative media. You just need a break from the same one. It's like refreshing your eyes almost. You just kind of gotta give your eyes that little refresher, that little break. Here we go! He's starting to really look like a wizard, huh? I'm excited for it. I think so. I think he's starting to look like a real wizard. Oh, we need to like... Okay, so now we've got the poofy... what do you call this? The actual outfit. We're gonna get rid of these body lines because that just makes it look like it's skin tight, and we don't want skin tight. We want glorious robes. Not skin tight clothing, but glorious, glorious robes. Which we're gonna have to put around the sleeves on as well. So we're gonna start with this one. I think we can kind of like, I want to go wider. I'm gonna go like that. Yeah, definitely wider. And then, because we know that the sleeve's gonna like just totally engulf. And down here. There we go. One long belling sleeve. down, one more long belling sleeve for that wizard to go, and then we got our other guy to dress. It's like playing dress up. It's like playing paper dolls. A little bit. It's a little bit like that. Kappa is my favorite Thomas Citrus character, says D Fanatic. I drew one. Gosh, it was the thumbnail on my last stream. I like, honestly, seeing people's Tamagotchi characters on Artfight has made me want to play with my Tamagotchi again. It's like, probably needs a new battery, but it's like over there by my markers, in my marker case. I think what we need to do here is create this bell here for this sleeve. And then we just kind of gotta like bring it all the way down here like this. And then it's gonna come up here. So that means all of this stuff that isn't this guy's hand needs to just kind of go like that. Fabulous, love it. What do you guys think? Is he looking like a pretty amazing wizard? Are we doing all right here? Can't believe I still gotta draw all this in ink again. It's such a long process, you guys. Traditional art can be such a long process. I guess you do the same thing with digital though. You still gotta sketch, you still gotta like do your cleanup line art. Line art, still a thing. It's all still a thing. I'm gonna try to like give a little bit of a, kind of some bumps down here to represent Knuckles, because it's like his hand's kind of folded, you know? And what do we got here? Cam says you can submit them any month of the year. Anyone know if I'm able to submit characters on Artfight throughout the year? Yes, correct. Yep, you can update your characters anytime you want. You just can't submit attacks unless Artfight season is in session. And you should not draw attacks before Artfight starts either. So just be careful about that. Make sure you're exercising patience when it comes to drawing your attacks, and wait for like the actual Artfight, like when the month starts and Artfight's, and it's on right now. So, you know, obviously attack now while you can. But then once it goes back to the way it was, then no more attacking. All right, so like I know that this guy has his barista stuff pinned to his belt. I'm not gonna draw that. We're just gonna keep it the way it is. He's on break enjoying his own coffee. The point is he's not trying to make coffee right now. And this guy coming in and trying to like get a coffee out of him is sort of like, that's the joke. He's like, oh, thank you so much for the coffee. I don't even know if that's the personality of this guy. I just thought it'd be fun to put the two wizards together. I hope they don't mind. I hope it's okay. It's just a little light joke among friends. What's a joke among friends, you know? Ooh, coffee. Love coffee. July 27th. Yep, that's today. Saturday, July 27th. We only have a few days left. It's time to pick up speed. It's time to get this done. Actually, this guy's sleeves are, if you guys look at it, so I'm gonna show you the reference again because we're looking at the other wizard now. So this guy here, he's got the 3 different spears on his hat. I already drew that part. He's got the glasses. His robe has like fitted sleeves. He doesn't have like the billowing sleeves that this guy has. So I think for this one, we're gonna draw the sleeves close to the body. This looks more kind of like a trench coat to me than more than the wizard's robe style thing. So we might try to go with a little bit more of like a trench coat look. Let me see if I have any any references for a coat like that, like readily available, handily available in my Pinterest? I don't know, but maybe. You guys can like hear my mouse wheel turning. I mean, that's kind of a trench coat look, but it's a little bit turned the wrong direction. We'll still click on it. Maybe there'll be like similar references nearby. Maybe not. Well, I'll just have to mentally turn him in my mind then. Is this the last art fight stream of the year? Asked Cam. I'm not sure, to be honest. I really don't know. Let me look at the calendar. Like, do we have another weekend before art fight or not? Is this like the last? Okay, so yeah, this is the last weekend of July. Granted, August 3rd is the last day of art fight, and that is a Saturday. So what I might do is the final day. I might have a stream on the very last day of art fight. Let's double check that real quick. I'm gonna go to the art fight website. Just to be 100% sure that's true. Speaking of, we're losing Seafoam. Like, how can we let this happen? No, we need to do better. Come on, Seafoam. Let's get some attacks in. I'm doing my part. I'm trying. I am trying. So, the update on Art Fight extension. Art Fight will now end August 3rd, 12 o'clock MDT. So let's see what MDT to PST time conversion. It is 1 hour ahead. So 1 hour ahead for me. So 12 o'clock their time will be 11 o'clock my time. So 11 o'clock on that Saturday. So I might stream that morning. We might do one last stream. Yeah, maybe one last stream on August 3rd before it ends at 11 o'clock PST. So that is my new plan. Thank you for asking, because you made me like look at that, and now we know. We learned something new, folks. We learned something new. And we might have one more shot, one more chance to get together and live stream together. And if I'm all caught up on my attacks by then, what I might do in stream is take requests. So you guys can submit your characters to me, and then I'll draw them on stream for the final day of Art Fight. So if you guys are interested in that, try to be here and we can try to make that happen on that next Saturday. Excuse me. Alright, so like we said, this guy's got on some sleeves that are really fitted. So he's got on these tight sleeves. So we're gonna keep that line there. And then what I might do, let's see, he's got kind of like, it's like he's got a popped collar, I feel like our boy, because it's like really round around the neck, like super round around the neck. I feel like this wizard's got like one of those really high collars on. So we're gonna give him that. Maybe I need to drink more coffee because my throat is getting kind of raspy. It's probably because I've been trying to talk so much. What do you guys think? Are you going to be going strong to the very end on the 3rd, or do you think once you hit your goals, you're going to like tap out from Art Fight and you're before August 3rd? I think I heard somebody in Discord mention that they're like, for me, I'm just going to end Art Fight on the last day of July, and they're going to kind of like stick to the original deadline. But it's totally up to you. Like, honestly, there's no right or wrong here. Sorry, I sneezed. Seafoam behind by 700,000 points. Oh my gosh, that face. That's my face right now when I read that. We can bounce back from that. I've seen it happen before. We're not out of the running yet, you guys. Seafoam could still win. I know 700,000 sounds like a whole lot, but on Art Fight, it's still possible to come back from that. It's happened before. Don't give up hope. I'm gonna pick up the pace when I get home, says Cam. Are you Team Seafoam? Please be Team Seafoam. Let me know that we're getting more Seafoam points in the bank. Let's do it. We need it. We need our Seafoam points. We need them. It's a struggle out here, man. It's a struggle for Seafoam. We're getting just dominated right now. I will stop whenever I'm done with my last attack, says Lunar Garden. That's a good way to look at it. If you've already like done all that you set out to do, then it's kind of silly to just keep going for the sake of keep going. Let's see, how can I make this outfit make sense in my piece? Because it's a side view. And the original is like pretty simple, like it's a really simple style. And I did not draw a simple style. So now I'm like sitting here trying to make this outfit make sense in my very not simple style. If I'm not talking, that just means that I'm like concentrating really, really hard. Because that happens sometimes where like I'll just stop talking and that just means like I'm thinking really, really hard. Or I'm like focusing super hard because I'm like afraid I'm gonna mess something up. So that I'm like, no talking, must concentrate. Concentrate, or I'm drinking coffee. It could be that too. Or whatever my drink is that I have out at the time. It could also just be that I'm having a nice, refreshing sip of my beverage. You never know. Unless I tell you, which I just did. It was concentration. Seafoam raw, says T. It says B. Yes. Team Seafoam. T Seafoam. T Seafoam. I'm also Team Seafoam, if that wasn't super obvious. We gotta make that comeback. We gotta work our butts off and get those points and win. Actually, winning doesn't really matter too much in our fight. But it's still kind of fun to win. It's fun to have like to collect your badges and have some like the winners get like the little crown over their team name, which is kind of fun. All right, so he's got the popped collar. I think I did that pretty accurately. I think I'm just gonna treat, because there's no seam either on the original. And I might be like asking for too much. Maybe I should invent the details because it is a really like, gosh, what am I trying to say? It is a really simple style, the original reference. So maybe there are details that I should be inventing, like a zipper or a seam or something. I'm trying to be true. I'm trying to be true to the original design. So we've got the popped collar. Vexy, my page changeling is complete. Yay, congratulations, you did it. Cam, we're on the best team in the world. Rah, Team Seafoam, yes. Team Seafoam. So excited to have so many Seafoams. I mean, Stardust, you're also welcome. I'm happy you're here. We're very excited to, get to coordinate and, attack your characters as well. It's all good. It's all good. It's real good. It's real good. Any Stardust in the chat? Seafoam, target those guys. Get those points, Seafoam. Let's go after those Stardust folks that are in the chat. Let's get those points. Yeah, so here is our guy. This shirt is also got like, oh, it's like long though. Right. I said it was like a trench coat. Actually, I can't even tell if it's, so I'm gonna show you guys again. What am I looking at? No way, this whole time I was drawing, you guys were just looking at the reference? Oh, no, you gotta tell me. Did somebody tell me and I just didn't read it? Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so here we go. I was telling you guys I got the popped collar. We got the popped collar. We've got the fitted sleeves. What I'm thinking though is this could very well be a robe or a t-shirt because it is kind of short. We don't know. So and there's no like, oh, there is a bio. What? Is this new? Was this here before? It doesn't matter, we're gonna read it. Burst comes from, okay, so the name is Burst, comes from my Tower Heroes AU, the leader of the Tower Defenders. Okay, so very important wizard. Usually the straight person on the team, calm, good at planning, that kind of stuff. Frenemies, so this is like character to character relations, additional facts, pronouns, membership status. Okay, it knows a variety of spells, but okay, so not too much information here regarding the design itself. I think we might be able to kind of like take a little bit of liberty with this. So let's do that. Let's let's flip screens. And let's kind of like just let ourselves have a little fun with this. I think our little guy here, he kind of looks like an apprentice, doesn't he? But he's like, yeah. He's like, guy, he's got the wizard's hat, he's got the popped color. Okay, so now what I'm thinking is, let's do sort of like, what we're gonna do, we're gonna belt this. So first of all, he's getting a belt. We're gonna add a little bit to it, okay? We're gonna be like I said, it's a simple design, and I'm like doing a less simple design, so we're gonna add some details just to sort of like flesh it out, okay? I think that's gonna be all right. We're gonna keep the same color palette and everything. We're not gonna add anything that like changes the character in any way. It's just accessories. We're not changing the character's like alignment or anything like that. Just accessorizing. So we're gonna add this belt. And this way, if I do that, it's turning out so cute, says Roxaskits. Thank you. Thank you. I'm really excited for this piece. I've been wanting to draw a wizard, to be honest. I'm really glad that I get to draw two. I think they're really fun. Wizards are just so, I don't know, there's just something about them that like inspires creativity. Maybe it's the magic, right? The part of it where you're like, they can do magic. They can literally just, I don't know. It seems limitless, right? Like with magic, limitless possibilities. So the reason why I set this belt up so high, I'm like having trouble drawing this angle because I needed to go around the hip because we're on the side view. There we go. Is because I wanted to sort of split it trench coat style. I want part of the outfit, so we are gonna like create like a seam from this neckline. Okay, a little bit of like a seam. And I need it to follow the body. There we go. Here we are. Awesome. Okay, and then we're gonna bring this down here like this. Perfect. Okay, so you guys kind of see what I did there, and then my plan here is to kind of split it. I want our guy here to have this open, like, does this make sense? Like, I want it to, I need it to not be as long as the knee because it's not as long as the knee on the front side. So the back side can't be longer than the front side. These should be the same length. But yeah, I just wanted it to flare out a little bit. I wanted it to be a little dramatic. We need a little bit of drama. This character deserves a little drama. So we're gonna flare this out, and that kind of fixes the question of whether it's a shirt or a robe, because now we've just sort of made it a long tunic, you know, which is fun and sort of like splits the difference a little bit, which is nice. And yeah. And then we get a fun little wardrobe detail. Yes, magic and nostalgia, says Rox. Agreed. There's just something to it. So nice. Dragon Fox, they may be orbs since they have a wand. Are you talking about the circles on the outfit? I think that's, yeah, that makes sense. I do like it's kind of polka dots, but not really, because it's exactly 3. It's not like all over. I wonder if I should erase the line for like the rib cage here, so we can kind of see the outfit without those anatomy lines there. There we go. All right, so I think for this year's fight, I'm just gonna add characters and attack next year, says KK. That's totally fine. Absolutely do that. I am really glad that you've decided to join. Even if it's like the last week of Art Fight, it's so good to see people feel encouraged enough to get involved and to submit their characters, to become a part of the community. It's so great. It's like just such a great time. I look forward to it every single year. Sometimes I get more excited about it than like even Christmas. It's just so nice. Art Fight's the best. Art Fight is the best. We all love Art Fight because it's awesome. And we're gonna I know I said it earlier, I was like, oh, the legs don't matter because we're just gonna cover it up with a tunic, or we're gonna cover it up with a robe. Well, that didn't happen now, did it? So now we've got ourselves legs. So now we're gonna need to give ourselves some proper pants for these legs. And I think for that, I'm gonna also give him some boots. So we're just gonna make like your classic like pants tucked into boots situation here. After the stream, I actually have D&D today, so we're gonna I'm gonna go right from drawing wizards to playing D&D with some wizards. Doesn't that sound fun? Actually, technically speaking, we do not have a wizard in our party, so that wasn't a completely accurate statement, but you never know. The DM could always add a wizard. We could always encounter a wizard. It's always possible. It could happen. It could happen. Just say, that could be a thing that we do today. Are you guys in any D&D campaigns right now? Or have you played the game in the past? Dragon Fox, hello and welcome to the stream. Definitely, it's been fun first art fight so far. I'm so glad. I'm going to be sad when it ends, but gonna look forward to it next year. Agreed, yeah. It's like, I'm glad it's actually a month long, and some people have talked about like, oh, I wish there was like a winter version or whatever. And while that sounds great, I think it works because it's just once a year. And so you spend all year looking forward to it, and then when it happens, you really go all in. You play your heart out, you put your all into it. And I think the effort that people make for Art Fight wouldn't be the same if it was like, if you could just play in the winter and then you'd be like, oh, I won't play this summer, I'll wait for the winter Art Fight or something. And like you could end up like pushing it around, you know, and not actually getting around to doing it if that was the case. So I think the way it's set up currently is sort of the best for it for right now. All right, I'm actually really happy with this. I do feel like we need this guy's wand. It's such a big part of the original design. We gotta at least tuck the wand in here. We need to at least still see that. So I'm gonna tuck the wand into the belt. And we need like, and you're right, there needs to be like an orb on here. And we're gonna do like the little, these that come off of it. There we go. So the wand is still a part of this. And then the outfit needs its, the Orby shapes as well. And since we're not seeing the front of it, this is gonna be kind of hard because all the Orby shapes are on the front of the outfit. So what we can do is like, there's one like here, and then we'll stick one sort of here behind the wand. And then the other one's on the other side. I don't think we can see it though. It feels weird to leave it out. I'm just gonna move it. I'm gonna move it down here. We're gonna put the last orb, the third orb of the outfit, on this panel of the thing. Because I feel like we should be seeing all 3 colored orbs on the outfit, because I feel like the colors are probably significant. And I don't want to not draw them in case they have meaning, you know? Sometimes you gotta move things around a little bit to, I don't know. I'm making stuff up now. I'm just making stuff up. Yeah, here we go. So this is our guy, our 2 guys. And I think we do have room for a quote up here, but I also kind of feel like we don't need it. I think it's fine the way it is. I'm kind of loving this. I think it looks so good. What do you guys think? I'm so excited. Yay! Dragon says hello, and by the let me back up a little bit. KK says, I've played D&D once. It was fun, but I never really understood it. Artbreaker, I'm in a D&D campaign with friends at university. We haven't met at all this summer, but I think we're going to have a big session once we move back in. That sounds really fun. Rox and Cameron said, I'm trying to make a campaign for my friends. Sadly, I have very little inspo for it. There are some really good ones. I want to show you one. Yeah, I'm gonna show you one that I really recommend. Let's go to YouTube real quick. And we're gonna go to, not this. We're gonna go to, come on. Subscriptions. I really wanted to use, no, that's not who I was looking for. Oh gosh, how do I, maybe if I do this, then I can make it bigger, then I can hit the little search bar. There we go. There it is. This person has playlists. They have animated D&D. So there's like the Stuff of Legends, Undead University, Stuff of Legends Campaigns 3, Prepare to Dice Campaign 3. All of these really cool animated D&D campaigns that are really fun to watch. So save this link, and I think you'll find a lot of really good inspiration if you check out some of their videos, and also some really good art. It's really cool to see what people can do, especially when it comes to animation. It's just really, really inspiring, at least for me. So yeah, you get animation and you get D&D. What's not to love? It's a good channel. If you haven't seen it before, check it out. If you like it, please subscribe. Gotta help out other art channels. You want to see them succeed and grow, especially if it's somebody that you really like. So, and I really like them. So I think, yeah, definitely recommend. And say, check it out. We need to pick out a pen. This is something I've been struggling with, you guys. So I have all these different kinds of pens here, and I've been trying to find the best pen for this, for working with the markers, because I've been struggling with some bleed issues. Every time I try a new pen, and then I color it with the markers, I still end up like, you see these gray spots around the sleeve here? That's marker bleed. Here around the skin, marker bleed. All these like spots where like in this arm here, like this part of the arm where it should just be solid color. It's hard to see, but there's like marker bleed there too. It got smudged. And I'm trying a different pen, not marker bleed, pen bleed. I've been trying different pens. I'm trying to remember what pen this was because I don't see any bleeding here. But yeah, I keep trying new pens because I have all these pens. Like I said, I've had so much resources I don't use. And I just really want to be able to find one that works well with markers. And it has been a struggle, unfortunately for me. So that's like, yeah, that's just what's up. That's what's going on with this. Artbreaker, I'm halfway done with my current batch, but I think I need a break from coloring. Yeah, take breaks. Everybody remember to take breaks and stretch and drink water, eat, make sure you eat, sleep if you're not sleeping, make sure you sleep. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back to this one. I think these two have been the least problematic so far with bleed. So I'm gonna try these. And then I'm gonna scoot this over so this is more kind of centered in front of me. Because otherwise I end up hitting my knee a lot. trying to get... How are we doing on music? I can't tell. I think I'm gonna take it back to the top of the list just so that we make sure that we don't run out of songs. The search bar has too short because it has an extension on it. Oh, you're talking about the when I had my share screen up. That's right. Okay. Speaking of breaks, I kind of need one too after all of this, but I'll wait. I don't want to interrupt stream to take a break when stream's not gonna last too much longer anyway. But let's go ahead and try. Whoa, which one is this? That is not the one I thought I grabbed. I don't think it is. Compare. Size. I don't know. Are these the same thing? Let's see. This one's smaller. I think this might be the one I'm looking for because I was looking for a finer one. I think it's this one. Okay, back to what we were doing. I usually color with marker first and then line later. That's really smart. Because that I've seen, like, I think maybe Drawing with Waffles does it that way. My problem is I'm not confident enough after I color it to find the lines again, because the coloring sort of like, especially this pencil, is like, the reason why these go together, why people use these, is because once you color over it, the pencil just sort of like dissolves into the color. You don't really see it under, you don't see the under sketch anymore. But the problem with that is then I don't see the line art either. So I'm not really confident enough to go color first and then line art. So unfortunately for me, I still really need to draw my lines first. But here we go. We get to commit and make this stuff official. Have you guys drawn any wizards so far this year? Was a wizard on your attack list? If not, I know a couple of wizards if you're looking for wizards. I mean, wizards actually aren't too hard to find. I'm sure there's lots of great wizards out there that you could find. But I do know of two right off the top of my head that I could recommend if you're interested. Yeah, so I'm gonna twist the book a little bit so I can kind of like get the brim of this hat. That went pretty smooth. I'm pretty happy with that. Not yet, says Rox. I've drawn a dragon and a few D&D characters and some other fantasy ones too. That's really cool. Dragons are hard. I think dragons are hard. I've been drawing a dragon lately for my webtoon, actually. So I've been getting my dragon practice in, but I still think they're hard. Hey Perry, do you have any attackable wizards? I do not. I don't have any of my own. I do have D&D characters on my page, but none of them are wizards. I haven't played a wizard. I think so as far as being like playing D&D, hello the weirdo, welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't usually gravitate too much towards the spellcasting classes because I feel like that's a lot of work. Like as a player, you have to learn a lot about how the mechanics of magic in the game work. You have to be like, I don't know, it just feels like there's so much more that you have to understand to be able to play them correctly. So I do have a druid, and druids have spells too. They're just not like wizards, you know. I actually have a couple druids. A couple druid characters. My two current characters, well actually I just have one because I'm only playing in one campaign right now. But I have my tiefling druid, who is my main character right now because it's also seafoam themed. And I can kind of show you that. Where'd my OBS go? That's weird. Oh, here we go. And kind of show you that. We'll go to art fight again. And if I take you to my page, oh no, I have new notifications. Ah, new notifications. Okay, but like right here at the very top of my Team Seafoam thing, that's my Tiefling Druid character. And the reason why I picked her for the main avatar is because she is a Druid of the Coast, which if I took like the long way to get to characters, but if I go to characters, yeah, right here, Creola Driftwood, D&D. This is my D&D group that I'm currently playing in. We have this is today, we're playing this campaign today, which is why I can't stay on stream too much longer. We have Glamp D&D today. These are our characters. This one's mine. I play Creola, the Tiefling Druid. And her whole deal is she is a Circle of the Coast Druid from a seaside village on a mission to raise money to help with the rebuilding of her village after a typhoon tore it down. And the reason why this is hyperlinked is because it actually takes you to a video of us of me drawing that poster, and then obviously us, like you can hear us playing the game like in the audio, and it's some of our funny moments. It's great to listen to if you choose to draw this character. It's just something you can play in the background. And then there's another one here. So I have two of those for that character, two videos that I've made already using my D&D characters. Can you guys tell that I'm like slowly melting? Like I do need a break, but we'll do 30 more minutes. We'll see if I make it, if I survive 30 more minutes without needing a break. And then we will end the stream. So we're gonna stick around, try to finish the line art completely before stream ends. And then you guys will be able to see the final version of it either when I post it on Artfight, if you're following my Artfight page, or at the end of Artfight when I do my entire Artfight sketchbook tour video. So 2 ways you can see it, but right now let's go ahead and get the line art done because we can at least do that now while we draw together on stream. Rox isn't actually redrawing an old OC to warm up today from like 2008. Redraws are really fun. It's so nice to be able to see the growth and to kind of like look at how you drew characters in the past and how you might draw them differently now. Wow, did I talk so long my pen dried out? What is going on? That's crazy. It got like super dry. Dang, 16 years ago, says KK. And then Rox says, yeah, it's been so long and way overdue for revamp. I feel that. I take a really long time to get around to drawing my own characters. I'll always draw other people's characters. But it really takes me forever to just draw my own character. It's so hard to sometimes commit to that. So I get it. I do. Alright, so let's see, and then we'll bring this part down. And then close the eyebrow there, that looks nice. And we'll get the glasses. I really don't want to mess them up because round shapes are really hard. That's something else I've noticed with traditional art. Kind of hard to draw round stuff traditionally. And like I don't use the, even on digital, I don't really use the, ooh, I bumped the camera, sorry guys. I don't use the circular tool in digital, but for some reason it's like extra hard to draw round stuff. Traditionally, at least in my opinion. That's my experience that I've been having. Like when I drew at the very beginning when I was like trying to be like testing it out, like do I want to commit to this idea of doing a art fight sketchbook? And then I drew this. This is my character. This is before art fight started. I just did the first 2 pages as like a test drive. Drawing this Pokeball, there were so many circles involved in drawing this Pokeball. And I learned real fast how hard it is to draw a circle in traditional art. And then, yeah, it's just like something you can't really avoid. Sometimes you just gotta draw a circle. And you do the best you can, which is what I'm trying to do with these glasses. Those lines are so clean, says Rox. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, Artfight is a great excuse to redraw older OCs. Also doing this to update my toy house since I deleted most of my DA a few years ago. Only downside is rewriting bios. That's true. I didn't delete my DA in art, but I did briefly, stop talking so I can focus. I gotta draw a circle. You guys, I can't think. I gotta draw a circle. Almost, then we can talk about that. Okay, so we were talking about DVR. I especially when they did the whole AI thing, which was really shady. I didn't delete my stuff because literally like my entire art history since I was in high school is on DeviantArt. So I didn't delete it, but I did hide it all briefly. And then I recently kind of unhid most of it. Not all of it, but most of it. I think it's just, I've reached a point where I'm like, one, I'm not Loish, you know, I'm not Sam Does Art. I'm not worried about people using my name to prompt AI. Two, if they want my old drawings to train their AI, good luck. Because what I drew when I was a kid was not, you know, like the best anatomy or anything else. So it's probably doing us a favor by having them train their AI on my bad art. You know, so I'm just kind of like, but that doesn't mean that you should. Just because I'm like, whatever, they can stay there, it doesn't mean that you should feel the same way. Like, protect your art, do whatever you feel you need to do, and make the choice you need to make for you and your art. Don't base it on anything I say. As Comic Maker, hello, good to see you. Drawing and reading at the same time is very difficult. This is so true. The Elector Clancis rocks, thank you, I appreciate it. It's so good to have you join us for stream. I'm glad you're able to pop in. I hope you're doing well. It's been a minute. It's been a little while. So good to see you though. Always a good time. Always good to see you. We're drawing some wizards today. We did the line art. We're just coming in here and, or not the line art, we did the sketch and we're coming in here and doing some line art now. Trying to bring him the rest of the way. Bring them both the rest of the way to I don't even know where I was going with that sentence. The wizard's hair is looking really whimsical. Thank you, I'm doing my best. I don't know if you saw the reference, but we have there's some references here. These are our two wizards, left and right. They're on the right and left here, kind of like mirrored. But yeah, he's got a fantastic beard. We really had to like do our best to do that one justice for sure. And here we are trying to make that happen. I'm also trying to work my way line art wise top down and then right to left because I'm left-handed. And if I started with this guy, by the time I was drawing this guy, I would be smearing all of that ink. Probably already smearing pencil, but it's not as bad. But if this guy was drawn first, left or right, I'd be smearing him by the time I drew this guy. So I'm like learning. I'm learning what like little things we gotta take into consideration when doing when doing the opposite of digital, when doing traditional art. Really gotta think about a lot more stuff because you can't just adjust like you can in digital. Smart, good way to avoid smearing. Yeah, I keep wanting to come down here and do this mug, but I keep stopping myself mentally because I'm like, nope, top to bottom, top to bottom. We're not trying to smear stuff. We want a clean drawing. So we're just gonna be a little mindful. We're gonna try to keep it orderly. Gonna handle this in an orderly fashion. Super orderly and super fashionably. That's the plan. He needs a mouth. Whoop! There we go. He's got a mouth. I love this expression, to be honest. I'm like so happy with how both of their faces look. Like I couldn't be happier with how those expressions turned out. Can always put a paper towel or tissue under your palm to prevent smudging. Yeah, I need to do that, especially when coloring. Because it's been really bad with coloring lately too. Like I feel like I've done decent cleanup work Like these guys, there's a lot of smearing, but I don't think it's as obvious now because I definitely came in and I did my best to clean it up. But there was some smearing. I ended up actually putting a piece of paper down while coloring, and I colored from right to left that time. Because I'm, like I said, I'm learning. This was yesterday's piece. I've learned from all the previous pieces to color right to left and to put paper down to not smudge, all these things. So I'm trying to be more, I guess, just cautious. Just more cautious with it. Oh my gosh, every time I talk too long, my pen like gets dry. I feel like these little dry patches. All right. I feel like I'm not saying as much now because I'm like, I don't want to mess up. I don't want to make any mistakes. I'm like focusing so hard. I can't make a mistake because it would be permanent. Because this is ink. KK says, I can't decide whether I want to draw on paper or digital. These are the choices, man. These are the tough choices we have to make as artists. This is the, oh my gosh, I'm like tripping on my own words now. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, this is how it goes. First you find the motivation to draw, and then you've got to decide how to draw it. How to draw what you're motivated to draw. It's a layered thing, being an artist. Super layered. I'm almost down to the mug. We've almost reached mug status. We're almost mug ready. I think we're doing all right. I think we're doing all right. Beard's looking pretty good. Hair's looking good. Wizard's hat. Oh no, I forgot part of the hat. Ah! I can't. Don't smear, don't smear, don't smear. Don't smear! Don't smear. Okay. Okay. Crisis diverted, everyone. Everything is fine. No smudging occurred. We were able to go back in, tactfully get the brim of that hat, and egress without making any mistakes. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. Cam says, this is the third time I'm restarting this attack. Yeah, oh man. Sometimes you just, the first ones are warm-ups. That's all it is to it. It's sometimes you gotta get some warm-ups out of the way. And then, you know, then you find the groove and you get the attack that you wanted out of it. Here we go. Trying to sort of taper these a little bit. I do love, like, honestly, like, genuinely so serious right now. I'm absolutely loving inking with real ink, though. Like, imitating it with digital is something I've always, like, really wanted to do, and I've, like, definitely into chunkier line art. I like variable line weight line art, and I've talked about it before. I'm like, when talking about, like, artists I really like, I'm like, that variable line weight, beautiful. I get really into it. And that's like, this is kind of what it is. It's like just this really inky, traditional, natural look that I really enjoy. And so when doing traditional art, I feel like I've really had an opportunity to just sort of get to enjoy that, you know? It's really fun to find those things that you really like in other people's work and then find a way to add it to your work. It's just like such a good feeling. Oh, I said I was like finally to the cup now, and then I didn't even draw the cup. That's okay. Like I said, top to bottom, right to left. We're still on point. We're still practicing good habits. Rex says, sometimes it takes a few redraws. I had a few that I wasn't satisfied with and tried different ways, both traditional and digital. Yeah, and then also too, like, that shows that you're growing as an artist. I think when you discover that you're like pushing yourself to do better, then I think that's a sign that you're ready to like grow, to learn a new skill. So right when you start hating, not even hating your art, but when you start becoming less satisfied with what you're making, I think you're right on the verge of like a level up, especially in art fight season, because, and we discussed this too on the podcast when Friendy and Pilfer and I were talking about it. You do experience, most of us, I think, you know, if you're active during art fight, will experience a level up, an artistic level up. If you're really like engaging and pushing yourself to draw good gift art for other people, you might find that you're leveling up your art. That's one of the reasons why, I mean, I love the community aspect too, don't get me wrong. Community aspect's huge, right? That's a huge part of it for me. But the other thing is like just knowing that every year when I come on Art Fight, I learn new skills. Traditional skills this year. Next year, I think I'm gonna focus on backgrounds and push myself to get better background skills, background art, and create more scenes, you know, more illustrations. So that's sort of like I'm projecting ahead. It might change in a year, I don't know, but right now I'm thinking that's maybe what I want to try to do next year. Speaking of projecting, have you guys made any projections for yourselves after this art fight? Have you thought about next year and what you might want to do different? Rox says, sounds like a good goal for next year. And yeah, I was exploring with Artex acrylic markers and absolutely love them more than you expected. It's so nice to discover stuff like that. Like for the first time, it's so cool. Cam says this is the third time I read that part. Yeah, we did discuss that. I hope that you are patient with yourself too. Like, if you have to restart something, just be patient with yourself. Don't get too frustrated that you end up upset or that you give up. Like, be patient with yourself. Understand that it's all meant to be like fun and a learning experience for you, and you know, a gift for somebody else. And gifts don't have to be perfect. You know, you're not buying it, you're not spending money on it. It's not store-bought. It's okay if it's imperfect, you know? That alone is part of the beauty of it. Like, these imperfect gifts are not store-bought, they're homemade. And that's so beautiful and so genuine and so personalized. So if you ever start feeling bad about mistakes you've made in your art, just remember that. It's really special, exactly the way it is. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm gonna rotate the book back around a little bit. Dragon Fox Star says, yeah, that sounds awesome. Honestly, I've just been going with the flow. Maybe do traditional next year or more rendered art. And I do enjoy doing backgrounds and drawing different characters, they say. Cam says, next year only post characters I really care about. As far as like your characters for other people to draw, that's a good strategy too. Like if you're like just really hoping to get art of a specific character, sometimes it helps to limit how many of your characters you're sharing with people. I'm so sorry, I know that sounds terrible listening to me clear my throat. Let me get a drink. I'm like not used to talking so much. My throat is getting so raspy. I'm usually, honestly, like a super soft-spoken person, and when I'm streaming I try to project so that I know you guys can hear me well. And it takes a lot out of my voice because it's just not used to it. It's all part of the art process, says Rox. Yeah, all of it. And the art process is not linear either, by any means. It is exactly that. It is a process. And so sometimes we forget that and we just gotta remember, you know? I'm focusing so hard right now to like just try to draw a straight line. Straight lines and circles. You never would think it, but they're hard sometimes. The things you'd expect to be easy that just aren't. One wizard done! Well, line art done. Obviously I still gotta color them, but that's gonna come later. That's much later. And now to get the other guy, we need, I'm not even super happy with his hand because I think the ankle's weird. But I think I'm gonna stick with it. I'm not gonna futz with it too much. We're gonna let it be what it is. And then we're gonna come down here and let this thumb be what it is. Oh, and I did exactly the opposite of that. I didn't let the thumb be what it is. I kind of like tried to reinvent it with the pen. Shouldn't have done that. That's okay, because I have these jelly white roll pens. So after that ink dries, I'll try to fix my mistake a little bit with this. It's like my whiteout. I do have a whiteout, but it's not as precise. So these jelly rollers are like, seriously, they're so good. They're a godsend. Rox says, hands look great too. Don't worry about it. Thank you. I appreciate that. I do want to fix that thumb, but that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna get this. It's gonna be fine. Everything's fine. And then we're gonna add these two fingers. Hello, sweetheart. Good drink. Thank you. You're so sweet. I have been given a Monster energy drink, so in case I was running low, I now have the power up. It's like video game level concoctions. The way they recharge you. Ooh, nice, says Rox. Yes. Oh, heck yeah, to the white gel pens. Yeah, they're, oh man, so helpful in this whole traditional journey. Like, very, very, very helpful. I think I can just sort of try to flatten this finger out a little bit because it shouldn't have been bent like that. I feel like I broke a couple bones there by bending the thumb the way I did. That should help a little. Here we go. And I have maybe like 8 more minutes left. I don't know that I'm actually gonna get through my goal of finishing the line art for both, but I think you all have been really great company and you've helped me make the most of this morning, to be honest. Like, so nice, first of all, to be back on stream because I feel like I've taken such a huge break for all the reasons we already discussed. Same reason I haven't been able to art fight as much as I wanted to this year. It's the same reason I haven't been on YouTube as much. Oh no, I'm drawing a circle again. Time to focus. Time to focus. Focusing really hard. Really, really hard to draw these glasses. And that's one down. It's a little sketch. It's a little bit wobbly, but it's okay. This one's a little wobbly too. It's okay, we got this. We got this. Okay, cool. Dragon Fox says, of course, and it's awesome getting to catch your streams too. Looks amazing so far. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you guys have been the best. Coming back from I don't know, just IRL, basically. Being an adult, what can you do about it, you know? We all grow up and then we have to be adults. But having you guys come back, even if I'm gone for a while, and keep me company and be a part of the community and art fight together, just all of it's been such a blessing. You guys are amazing. And I really appreciate it, and I look forward to doing this again. I really do want to do on the very last day, August 3rd. It's gonna have to be an early stream because we don't get the whole day. Not in my time zone anyway, we don't get the whole day. So we're gonna have to like stream early to be able to get some good use out of that last day and then also be able to submit the drawings before the thing closes. So we'll do this one more time. one more Saturday. And we'll make the most of it. Dragon Fox says, felt LOL, got a message from your manager about work starting back up, and you're like, I don't want to adult. Literally same. I want to enjoy the last few days of doing art. Agreed. KK says, I don't know how to acknowledge my age because I've never been this old before. That's a good quote. That's a good quote. I don't know where you got that from, but that's amazing. Act, not acknowledge. Oh, that works too, yeah. Man. Yeah, coming back from, so I had the eye surgery and then I had the family trip. And then I came back and I was like, oh my gosh, I had so much catch up to do at work that I didn't even have the energy to art fight the first 2 days because I was doing so much catch up work. And then, you know, like, so if we look back, where did I get eye surgery? Where were we in the process? We were here. So this was the last drawing I did the day before eye surgery. The next drawing I did took me, I think, 4 days total to do this drawing because I had to go so slow post eye surgery because my eye didn't heal correctly and I had to go back in like 5 days later to fix it. So for those 5 days, I couldn't art fight, so I was like slowly chipping away at this drawing. It took 4 days to do this drawing, and then I actually finished it on stream with you guys. I like live streamed, literally like a eye patch pirate with one eye, finishing this drawing and coloring it live on stream. This one took 2 or 3 days because I was still in recovery and I was like giving myself a lot of breaks and a lot of eye drops. And then this one I think only took me 2 days, so I started to like pick up speed again. This one took 3 days, but only because I was, like I said, I was on a road trip for a family event. So I was in between like visiting with family and stuff. While I was in my hotel room each night, I would work on this a little bit. And then I did this when I got back home. So we're back kind of to like normal speed. And we will, obviously I'm gonna finish this long before the next stream. And then we will do one more stream on the next Saturday. I think, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and oh, there we go again. I talk for like 2 minutes and my pen gets super dry. This is why you should always like cap your pens, I guess. If you're not using them, cap it. Oh, I need to get the brim of this. And these circles, more circles, more circles, more circles, more circles. Oh, please don't mess up. There's 1, 2, I messed that one up a little bit, but that's okay. It's a little bit wide. And 3. Okay, so finish off with a bang, says Rox. Yeah, that last stream, we were gonna be down to the wire. We're gonna finish strong. We're gonna get all the points that we can possibly get on that last day. Make the most of it. And with that, I think we're actually gonna wrap up today's stream. I'm gonna cap this because I'm gonna say my goodbyes and try not to draw out my pen this time. Again, you'll be able to see the finished drawing of our wizard friends on the actual Art Fight page and in my official Art Fight sketchbook tour video when that comes out. But I will see you guys again before then on stream next Saturday. So, you know, keep your weekends open with that in mind, and we will finish Art Fight strong together. And thank you again for being here. It's been super wonderful. I appreciate you all, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye, everyone.